and I need you, and I miss you,
Robin.
And now
Robin.
Hey,
Robin.
Wonder.
Where are we?
Where'd
Check
that
the
from?
GPS again. We are supposed to be on Kane Street to meet Commissioner Gordon. This does not look like Kane Street.
This is not. This
You gave us the wrong directions again.
No.
Robin.
I put in the right directions. I did not put in the right directions.
Right. So
we're going to Toys R Us.
We are supposed to be
We're
meeting Commissioner
definitely
Gordon
going to Toys
in
R Us.
order to find the penguin.
I bet he's at Toys R Us. The penguin, because he buys little toy penguins.
Okay,
I'm
Robin,
a genius.
Robin.
Yes.
Okay.
Best idea.
You had one job to do. You had one job.
Get
and that
you
was
dressed.
to get us. That is not one of the jobs. That is just something that you're supposed to do. I'm pulling over right now.
No, wait,
Pulling over.
Batman, I have a confession to make. I wanted us to go to Toys R Us this whole time. They had sales on Lego sets.
You are grounded for the next week.
You're not my dad.
I will pull this car over and you will walk back to the Batcave. I promise you that. Okay?
Wait, you'll pull this car over?
Not at Toys R Us.
Hey Geek fans, I'm Steve.
And I'm Mary.
And welcome to the internet show with the most attractive audience ever recorded.
Seriously, look at how hot you guys are today.
Girl, you are rocking that top.
I just want to be engaged to all of you.
Mary, that's too far.
Yeah, sorry, I got excited.
All right, well now that you know how ridiculously good looking you are, it's time for us to start this week's show.
And we have some great stuff for you. We're going to be finding out how one creative cosplayer makes magic with fabric and foam, while Sippy interviews one of your favorite video game characters.
But first, it's time for us to find out what's been going on in geek news over the past 7 days, and thus we begin our Week in Geek.
After weeks of negotiations and leaks, Sony Pictures Television has officially purchased Funimation Productions for the small price tag of $143 million.
Funimation currently produces some of the biggest titles in anime, like Attack on Titan, Dragon Ball, My Hero Academia, and Tokyo Ghoul.
This partnership implies that we'll probably be seeing a lot more live-action anime movies, which we shouldn't panic about, right? I mean, look at... I've got a bad feeling about this.
Speaking of bad feelings, this month has been pretty hard on the movie scene, as October 2017 has the lowest box office gross in over a decade, which is kind of surprising when you look at releases like Blade Runner 2049, and it makes more sense when you think of some of the other releases. We're looking at you, Geostorm.
In an extremely honest interview with the Rake magazine, current Superman Henry Cavill admitted that, quote, "Even if Marvel didn't exist, we'd still struggle," unquote. He believes that some of the tone and messaging that the filmmakers have tried with the DC movies, quote, hasn't necessarily worked, unquote. In response, completely unknown internet personality Steve Human has been quoted as saying, quote, "Shut up, Henry. BVS was great. Have you even seen the extended version? Hashtag not my Superman. P.S. Would you like to cuddle sometime?" Unquote.
Sippy, I told you not to read my diary.
Maybe you shouldn't leave it open on your desk, idiot.
Anyway, while the soul of the DC Extended Universe is still up in the air, the future of the Shazam movie is not. New Line Cinema has found the perfect man-child to play the Earth's mightiest mortal, Zachary Levi, to which even more unknown internet personality Sippy was quoted as saying, "Ooh, he's going to be spending a lot of time at the gym."
I'm comfortable with who I am, Steve. Cosmo says man crushes are healthy.
It looks like a future ruled by Skynet is closer than we thought. A robot named Sophia, created by Hanson Robotics, was officially given citizenship in Saudi Arabia. While accepting the award, Sophia made several jokes and light remarks about how robots will someday rule the human race. Though met with chuckles from the audience, that is the equivalent of your neighbor Randy starting a sentence with, "No, I'm not racist, but..."
Today is the release of the highly anticipated film Thor Ragnarok. Now, while Thor is the titular character of the movie, a great deal of the story focuses on Planet Hulk, a story from the comics. Now, due to distribution issues, Disney likely will never be able to produce a standalone Hulk movie, but Mark Ruffalo did say that this begins a 3-movie arc for the Jolly Green Giant.
Although fans of the hero are excited to see more of Banner on screen, others feel that different characters from the MCU deserve a little more screen time. One study shows that 100% of moviegoers would like to see a 36-movie arc of Sebastian Stan's character, the Winter Soldier, preferably shirtless and reading Harry Potter books.
Mary, according to this data, you're the only one who voted.
Don't you have other things to report on, Steve?
I do! It's Paris Game Week, or PGW if you don't have the time. Now, there were a lot of new games announced and a lot of juicy details revealed about 2018 releases, but there's a lot going on here and we want you to remember it, so here is a recap of the event.
Our song begins in Notary with a press conference from Sony. Destiny shows DLC, which has you blasting, vexing things. And Arvo Spidey brings the pain, and you can play as Mary Jane. Kratos versus his son to kill all mythic beasts within the hills.
Paris Games Week!
Hey, look, Splunky's got a kid!
Paris Games Week!
How long is that pug gonna live?
Walk a melee!
Featuring more chickens now!
VR titles!
Like Megalith and Ultra Wings and Sprint Vector and Dead Hungry and League of War and Battle Blood and Blood to Truth and Star Challenge. There's a bunch! Shadow of the Colossus, fighting giant bosses with your trusted seat despite scenes real one-sided. Aloy's a monster hunter, go ahead and try her in the frozen wilds. It's out next week. Ghost of Tsushima looks fly, play as a samurai in feudal Japan. Beat back those Mongol bastards, Detroit bring in drama, you're an android mama. I think I'm in love with that robot. So many games are coming soon, I think I'll have to make some room upon my shelf on my hard drive. Oh, what a time to be alive! Ha ha! Last of Us gets a sequel, takes place in Seattle. Look at this woman's arm, she is a living hammer. Feel like you want to tag things, pick up Concrete Genie, plays Ignis now. Yay! Wanna fight a bunch of racists, join with the resistance, or play Far Cry 5, every mission is co-op. Next year is gonna be great, I better start saving. I'll be going broke. There's so much more I didn't get to sing about, and this last note is going to make me pass out. So here we go. Merci, Paris! Oh my gosh, somebody get some water.
That was classy.
Yeah, we can be pretty impressive sometimes, can't we?
If you're a gamer, chances are you've heard of Blizzard. And if you've heard of Blizzard, chances are you've heard of BlizzCon.
The annual event is happening right now as we speak in Anaheim, California, and we here at Geek are particularly excited for some of the news coming out about Warcraft and Overwatch. As you can see, we're not in attendance this year.
But a good friend of ours, Pigtails and Power Tools Cosplay, is. And she even prepared a costume for the cosplay contest. What? And we are so excited to show you what she has up her sleeve in this week's fan service.
So when I was younger, I was pretty nerdy. My mom and dad both really loved Star Wars and Indiana Jones. And then there was a special on PBS, I want to say, a documentary about Dragon Con. And I watched it and my mind was blown. My first cosplay I made was back in 2013. I want to say, and I did Princess Zelda from The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. I just did a lot of Googling and YouTube tutorials to see, okay, what's the best way to make armor for like a beginner? How do I do Zelda's banner piece? How do I do her gloves? And Clockwork Empire Zelda, it's kind of a long story, but it's a Zelda I did based off of some fan art. Hyrule Warriors Princess Zelda, Alex Vance from Half-Life 2, my Zero Suit Samus, my Various Suit, Tyrande Whisperwind, Zach Fisher Illustrations design, Mipha from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. That was such a pain in the butt costume, holy cow. The costume I have next that I am making is the Grace of Inarius skin for the Necromancer from Diablo 3. It is being made for BlizzCon, which as of right now in time is in 10 days. The inspiration for that costume when I was researching it is actually based off of a saint, a Catholic saint in Spain. He has this really nice Spanish conquistador armor, but there's areas on it that are revealing certain bones, including the skull. And I instantly fell in love with it and thought it was just a beautiful, stunning piece and wanted to make it. And here we are, about 2 months later, and I'm still crafting away. It's wonderful. I love seeing people come up and say, like, oh my gosh, your stuff's amazing. It's really cool, but also it's weird. You're like, I eat Pringles and have like crappy kidneys, but thank you, I'm a normal person. Just do what you love. Just make what you want to make and enjoy it. Be excellent to each other. I totally hit the mic.
I am always blown away by how talented a lot of the cosplayers are out there. I mean, that Samus costume could have been in a movie as far as I'm concerned. That was amazing.
Good. But seriously, if you're an artist, a cosplayer, maybe you have a podcast, a gamer, whatever it is, please message us so that we can highlight you in the fan service. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all the things.
All right, well, we're on a roll with this BlizzCon thing, so why don't we continue with that? Now, Overwatch is an international task force of heroes who have come together to restore peace in a war-torn world. Or just push a truckload of loot across Mad Max Australia.
Now, because most of these heroes are busy saving the world, we don't really get to see what happens behind the scenes. But our reporter Sippy was able to sit down with one of the members of the team and discuss his life outside of Overwatch. Let's roll into this week's Idiot Box.
So we actually went on Facebook and asked people like what they would want to ask Zenyatta. Oh, wow. And a lot of them were like, how many balls do you have? And I'm like, I'm not gonna ask him. I'm not gonna ask him that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Sippy from Idiot Box, and I am here with Zenyatta. How are you doing?
I am well.
That's good to hear. How do you keep so zen all the time?
Relaxation is the key to life.
I need to learn that because I am type A to the max. I've got some real problems. Now, Zen, I got a question for you. Why aren't you welcome back at Nepal?
I had an incident that involved some orbs of discord that, frankly, I'd rather not speak about.
So it had nothing to do with the rumored food fight in the cafeteria.
I can neither confirm nor deny this.
I feel like that's a confirm.
I dreamt I was a butterfly. It was...
So, Zenyatta, you're a good-looking Omnic.
Thank you.
What's your perfect date?
Let's see. I would have to say meatballs, because I love orb-shaped objects.
That makes sense.
Yes. And on the beach with a beach ball.
You're just a hopeless romantic, aren't you?
I really am.
Zenyatta, who on the team do you want to date?
Oh. Well, that is a very good question. I would have to say Torbjorn is all man, and he has a wonderful beard, and beards are so very relaxing.
Yeah, I mean, he just looks like a guy you could cuddle with.
Absolutely.
Now, you work with Lucio, one of the biggest international superstars. What's he like in real life, though?
He is...
Oh, I'm in the groove.
A wonderful guy.
What? That didn't seem very sincere there, Zen.
Lucio really enjoys rollerblading, and what is more zen than rollerblading?
I don't know. Rollerblading kind of came out of the 90s. I don't think anything from the 90s is zen.
Not true. Not true. Saved by the Bell. Very, very zen.
Is that how you relax?
I watch all the episodes of. I go to Bayside High and enjoy a zen, peaceful half hour of great teen comedy.
That just makes, like, everything about Zenyatta is clicking. Like, everything makes sense the way you are, man. I totally get it.
Zach Morris with that huge phone. It brings me so much peace and joy.
Well, thank you so much, Zenyatta. It was a pleasure.
The pleasure was mine.
And with that, we've come to the end of another episode of Geek.
That's right, 7 episodes in, we're young, we're new, we're fresh, and we want to improve, so we want to hear from you. Write in the comments below if there are things you'd like to change or ways we can improve. Other than Sippy, we're all pretty thick-skinned.
Yeah, and we really do want to make this show for you guys. So please let us know on all of our social media platforms what you think.
Yeah, like us on Facebook, tell us what you want to see, and like we said earlier, if you want to be a part of our fan service, if you've got something cool, you're a cosplayer, let us know because we want to feature you. And we're going to be doing some big giveaways in the coming weeks. So you want to pay attention to all of our pages.
And in order to win, you have to like the page. So please share with your friends, like it. We want you to win. So, I mean, you know, come on.
That's right. We want
and with that, I mean, I think, don't you have to go finish?
I do. I need to get home and watch some Stranger Things too.
I can't believe you're not done yet, Steve. You're like 5 days behind.
I know, I'm sorry, but I'm on episode 3.
Didn't you love when...
No, spoilers, stop it.
No, okay, but...